Sometimes it takes that small idea. You could be starting a hat business.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even see right now. That hat business could be the official hat service provider for the NBA 10 years from now. But you're so focused on where it is. You could be starting a lemonade stand. That could be the trademark lemonade all across every grocery store in America. You could be like, you could say, yo, I'm just starting a food truck. That could be the start of the next great chain. In our generation, they're so quick to want to quit something because it's not producing the great results, not realizing that out of small things come great things. And a lot of times, the thing that you're overlooking is the thing that's going to be your breakthrough to get you to to get you to that next level. But because we overlook small menial things, we don't even recognize that like some of our greatest blessings are right in our hand. We just got to cultivate it and work it. Welcome back to the Easy Talk Show. This is your host, Easy Ward. This is the show you're getting nourishment for your needs, food for your soul, and of course, healing for your hearts. Thank you for all the love from episode 26, the start of season 2. God is in control. God has the final say. Thank you for all the love, all the reposts. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, Easy Ward TV. Once again, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel at Easy Ward TV, especially if you're new here. Also, if you are new, please hit the link in the bio for mailing updates. You're going to get a lot of updates on, what we're doing here, over at the Easy Talk Show. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. This is season 2. And today we're having just an open dialogue regarding restoration and redemption. As I've shared, that's been the word that God has kind of shown me throughout my 21 day fasting and praying. So Dan and I are having an open dialogue around that, and I hope you enjoy the conversation.
Yeah.
I'll start here. When I was fasting, like over the course of 21 days at the top of the year, a few of the words that I kept seeing was like redemption and restoration. And just by definition, the word redemption means the action of saving or being saved from sin, error, or evil. 2, it says the action of regaining or gaining possession of something in exchange for payment or clearing a debt. Yeah, so when I think about redemption and restoration, I really attribute it to God recovering and reclaiming what was once yours, but also renewing, and almost it's like a cleansing.
Ooh, okay.
Because it's like a cleansing. It's like a fresh slate. And like even in the word, like I kept seeing like redeemer. And like I've always had this concept of like, God being like a redeemer of time. So like areas where like I may have felt like, man, I was slighted in or I was shorted in. When I think of that word, I think of God like clearing that, like bringing back, to its like original state, almost, So I think about redemption. I think about or redeeming in general. I think about bringing back to like its original state. It's a level of like cleanliness, cleansing. Yeah, I'll start right there for now.
And what areas do you feel like you are looking for redemption in any area in your life?
Yeah. Honestly, I believe, and I'll go on record saying this, I believe I'm looking for redemption in every area of my life. Like I want a fresh, clean slate brought back to the original state. Like I want to experience recovering and reclaiming in the different areas that might have been lost in my life. And that could be emotionally, that could be relationally, that could be physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, really legit every area of my life. I want to be redeemed. Like I want, more. I desire. I'm not going to say like, I desire that. And that's what I believe God was showing me in the course of me going through that fast. And like, like, it's like, son, I hear you. It's coming. I hear you. Like literally, I'm talking about in the course of 21 days, I probably saw that word 16 to 17 out of the 21 days. Like, I mean, I saw it a lot. Wasn't looking for it. I'm talking about like just in the word, like he just speaking to me, like showing me, nope, you see right. Like I'm a redeemer, redemption, restoration, reclaiming, renewed. Those are just synonyms for those words, but the restoration and redemption and redeemers are the words that I saw the whole time.
Do you feel like you've ever made a covenant with God before?
What you mean?
A covenant. I've been reading just the book of Genesis in its entirety, and a lot of things that they talk about are covenant and a promise or an agreement between man and God. It could be that God told Noah he would never flood the earth again. It could be that he promised Abraham the promised land, that they would see that. So like one thing in reading that, it was like it was already promised, but they had to go through that journey to get to that promise. And through that journey, they had to go through trials and tribulations, whether it was their doing or enemies doing or whatever, where God gave them shelter and storage, restoration in certain regards. But it was kind of like no matter how hard they tried, because it was destiny, they were going to get to that promise at one day. And I bring that up to say, sometimes restoration, in my opinion, this is my take, because I don't know what this means for you. Sometimes restoration and redemption is God upgrading what you once thought was great or good. And he has to sometimes rewire your brain to what you thought works, because it could have worked.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, that was for this season. I'm trying to take you to this, to this next thing, your next mission, your next, your ultimate purpose, because you serve your purpose in this area, but I need you over here. And a lot of times we are uprooted from what we think is something that's positive, or people hurt our feelings, or we fail at one thing, but those lessons and those things are just the trials and things we need to go into our next season. And that is the restoration processes. Basically, our journey is the restoration, like getting to our promise. So I brought up the covenant to say, like, the restoration was already theirs.
Wow.
Jesus died on the cross. I looked at the definition. It says anointing for mistakes, being saved, regaining something, improving morality. All these things were reclaimed when Jesus died on the cross. Our sins, when we made mistakes, when we failed at something, when we weren't perfect. I heard something recently, I don't know who said it, but it was like, it's okay to pray for forgiveness from God for when you make mistakes, but He's already forgiven you for what you did. Just change, just make the change. You're already forgiven, just do the change. And I don't know why that word is hitting you. And it should, like that you're going to figure that God is going to reveal in due time restoration. This is what this means for you. When you figure that out, I'm excited to hear the conversation that comes from that. I really am. And I think that on the opposite end of that, restoration, figuring that out, is your upgrade.
Wow.
It's your exchange.
We'll resume now.
So what, I guess I can speak to redemption. Like, for me, what does that word mean to me? Like, or not what it means to me, but like what I would want to be redeemed from is like, that's the thing. I can't even, it's hard for me to say that, because it's like, I feel like I'm forgiven, but areas of improvement that I wish I could have went differently, or what I want God to restore is definitely like career, not finances, but like I feel like I should be further than where I am, and I'm right where I'm supposed to be. If that makes sense.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. Stop. So, stop. Let's stop right there. Hold on. Why do you feel like you should be further than where you're supposed to be?
And it's a lie because that's what other people tell me.
But you said it. Stop
I know,
that.
but that's what other people tell me.
But stop. No, but you said it. So a part of you believes that. I'm challenging you on the spot because a part of you, even if you say you don't, I don't all the way believe that. I think you believe that a little bit. So like, let's I should stay right there real quick because like I think we're going to teach somebody something. Even if it's a small part of you, why do you believe that? But you should be further ahead by now.
I think this is actually really good. This is gonna bless somebody, and I'll fall on the public sword because it's a platform. I think that sometimes I believe what other people say, which is so dangerous, but I'm conflicted with what they tell me because I don't really believe it, because I don't think I'm farther. I think I'm where I need to be.
Okay.
So I in my true feelings, I really think I'm where I need to be.
Okay.
But sometimes I hear what other people say, other people's advice. Recently, I had a talk with my girl. Real recently. This is so real. This is stop. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. We have a joint bank account. My car situation happened. January slow. My car situation happened. So I had to kick out $8K for that. And then we paying for a wedding, all these other things, moving in. And Michaela gets paid every 2 weeks, just like, she get paid every 2 weeks. For me, I only get paid when I get paid. So it's like if I'm working, if I got work, I'm good. If not. And then I remember that recently we had a talk where she was like, she asked questions, but it came off as, hey, so where's the money, basically? Like, if we gonna do this thing, I need more from you. So, or talking to my dad, where he's like, you know what, son, if you would have did this, and this, you'd be 5 years ahead of this part by now. But not saying that I'm doing anything wrong or bad, but it's like, what's the hold up? You're preventing yourself from your own destiny.
Yeah.
Because it's coming from a place of love. I believe you're talented enough to where if you have faith and you walk into this building or you approached this job, you did this and that, then you would be further along than you are right now. I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Like I'm right on the cuffs of where God wants to put me at.
And like, it's because I was going to just make the assumption, but before you shared that, I was going to ask, were the people who were telling you that you should be further along right now, people close to you, but you answered that question. So how many times, and this is so good, because sometimes what I've learned is that the people closest to you don't always see what God is doing in you and through you. It's not a bad thing. Like I don't say that as like an insult to them. I say that from the perspective of sometimes the vision, God only reveals it to you. Actually, more times than not. And you can't let other people really detract you from the vision, detour you from the vision, because it's the thing, Dan. They mean nothing but good things, and what like they just want to see you succeed. Yeah. So they don't have any malice in their heart when they say that. They're really just saying, yo, Dan, I see you even going further, or I think you should be further than where you are now. They don't even they have no harm in that.
Right.
The only thing is the harm in it, and it's not intentional, is that that's not what God has for you at this current time. And sometimes we can try to move ahead of God. And that's when you get in what I call the danger zone. Because when you move ahead of God, then you got to sustain that. And then you have to strive for that success. And then you're outside of your grace. I feel like grace sometimes is like a window. Like, it's like God is saying, yo, you stay in this wheelhouse, you cover it. If you jump outside the window, you in the world, you're around the wolves. You leave my protection.
Sodom and Gomorrah, running from the city, right? The window, don't look back. Y'all are being saved.
Yep.
Don't look back.
Yep.
That's the window.
Yep.
Outside of that window, look back.
Yeah. Bam.
You get what I'm saying?
Pillar of salt.
We can count the numerous stories.
Yeah, bro. Bro. So it's like, that's such a, like, I'm glad you shared that story, because I know it's a lot of people right now that's watching who's dealt with that, where it's like, and even sometimes, man, how many of us, like, aside from family, a lot of people right now watching are like, yo, I should have been there by now. I could have, like I should be further by now. I should be, I should have been had that job. I should have been married by now. I should have been starting my business. I should have been bought a house. I should have been moved out of my parents' house. No, you shouldn't have. You are where you're supposed to be, where God has you in this current time. And I struggled with that a lot. I spent from 2017 until 2023 at my parents' house, leaving, like, I left school. Every year just thinking, this is my year, I'm leaving. This is my year. Not knowing that God, in his perfect timing, had such a grand blessing for me, but I had to be cultivated, I had to be pruned, he had to make sure that I could sustain this, because he knew there would be a time where, hey, listen, stuff may happen where the extreme overflow you might be in, it may not be that same season. It may be a season where, like, I'm just telling you, just to maintain, just to float. Float meaning, like, float is a metaphor for just like, yo, right now, it may not be the super high season, but you're gonna still make it. But it's gonna be, it may be a little tight. But if I can't see you steward over your finances from 2017 to 2023, how can I see you steward them in 2023 and 2025 when things may not be flowing as they once were? So right now, I don't even know who this is for. Go ahead.
That's so good, because that goes to the story. One of my favorite Bible stories is the story of the talents, when one person was given one was given 5, one was given 10, or however you want to slice it up. And before they got their multiplication and they were blessed for that, they had to steward what was given to them in that season.
Man, everything comes together, because I just wanted to, my bad to cut you off, but that stewardship, I'm gonna finish that point and then I'm gonna add to that. Go ahead, my bad.
I guess to conclude the point is, basically before they got to the glory, God had to see how they managed what he gave them up front. What are you gonna do with what I give? How are you working within your parameters, your boundaries? I'm gonna go away. What are you doing in your season of waiting? What are you doing in your season of, you feel like you want redemption? Whatever the case may be, what are you doing in these seasons? I'm putting you in this situation to see how you handle this and this and this and this and this. Will you multiply it? And through that multiplication, it's important to, the one thing that I respect about the story is they weren't looking at each other. So the person with 5 didn't look at the person with 10 and was like, man, if I had 10, I should have been had 10. No, the person who had 5, your job is just to multiply the 5.
Yeah.
Or the person who has 2 or 3, your job is just to multiply what you have. Stop worrying about the other person, what the other person got.
Man, that's good. And I'm gonna say this. When you get to a point where you start worrying about, where you stop worrying about what everybody else is doing, and you focus on what God is doing in your life, and you see the beauty in that, and literally, I can say with full confidence, if everybody started focusing on themselves and the purpose that God has for them, or start seeking the purpose, they would be so amazed at at how strategic God is working in their lives, to the point where you wouldn't even want to even focus on what anybody else is doing. And you'd be so caught up in what you have going on and trying to steward that blessing and cultivate that blessing that you wouldn't even, it wouldn't even matter what such and such has going on, because you're so in tune with what you have going on and stewarding over your season, whether that's your new business, or you're a content creator, or you're somebody that's trying to start a local food truck. I mean, it could be anything. And you're like, you know what? It's beauty in this process. Mm-hmm. It's legit beauty in all this. And I don't think we talk about stewardship enough, because once again, we talked about in the first episode of season 2, everybody's talking about the shiny object, the next thing, the bigger thing, trying to press forward to the next thing. And a lot of times it's not even about that. It's about, what are you doing now to prepare and really show God that you're ready for the next level. Because right now, right, I've seen growth in you, since I've been working with you. Like, you're getting projects, calls, left and right. You got to turn around, make a movie in 5 to 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. God is saying, how are you stewarding over these opportunities that I've given you? I put the scripture up one day, and it says, despise not the day of small beginnings. I'm paraphrasing it, but I'm about to read it verbatim so people can understand it. Here we go. It says, who dares despise the day of small things? Since the 7 eyes of the Lord that range throughout the earth will rejoice when they see the chosen capstone and the hand of something Zerubbabel. I can't even pronounce that. That is something out of this world. But anyway, who dares despise the day of small things? I say that because out of small things, out of things that come in seed form, grows into great, beautiful things, a beautiful harvest, a beautiful garden. And sometimes it takes that small idea. You could be starting a hat business. Mm-hmm. You don't even see right now, that hat business could be the official hat service provider for the NBA 10 years from now. But you're so focused on where it is. You could be starting a lemonade stand. You don't even realize that could be the trademark lemonade all across every grocery store in America, starting it out of your basement. You could say, yo, I'm just starting a food truck. That could be the start of the next great chain. People sometimes in our generation, they're so quick to want to quit something because it's not producing the great results, not realizing that out of small things come great things. And a lot of times, the thing that you're overlooking is the thing that's going to be your breakthrough to get you to that next level. But because we overlook small menial things, we don't even recognize that like some of our greatest blessings are right in our hand. We just got to cultivate it and work it.
I can't name. I want to play a quick mini game.
Okay.
Name one thing that happened overnight that was actually sustainable.
Yeah.
I can't name a thing.
I can't either.
A baby.
Nope.
9 months plus.
Yep.
Almost every single business that I know of, what we see when it pops off, it took the 10 businesses that before that all failed that came back around. Yep. I just can't name anything that just popped instantly.
To do anything, it takes this relentless drive and effort. To be great at anything, Dan, like you have to have this kind of undeniable belief that like whatever it is you're doing, you feel called to it. Because that's what I believe. I believe that when you're called to something, you have the grace to walk it out fully. Mm-hmm. I think right now we also have a problem. People doing things that they're not called to, but just something that they think is a quick moneymaker. And if you go in anything just strictly trying to make money, it's more than likely going to work, because at some point it's going to be a challenge, and you're going to be tested on whether or not you actually care about that thing. Like, think about right now where you're at. Think about the seasons where, like, if you didn't love what you did, you would have probably been stopped by now.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Like, think about, I even think about this. Like, it's been a lot for me to just say, yo, I could just stop. I could put it down. Like, I'm not seeing this, I'm not seeing that. I got this excuse, that excuse. I mean, like, we all got excuses to quit. Everybody has an excuse to quit.
Mm-hmm.
What will you?
Right. So, I guess just to wrap it up, like this conversation kind of weaved into multiple things, but like, I guess the quick points is that we heard was just redemption, stewardship, and being consistent.
Yes. Redemption, restoration, stewardship, and being consistent.
Yeah, consistency for sure.
Once again, thank you guys for tuning in to Easy Talks. This was another great episode. Thank you all for all the support. If you are new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe to Easy Ward TV. I will see you all soon. It's going to be a great year. Stay tuned. Love, Easy.